Meteorologist Tony Petrarca on the Pinpoint 12 Forecast Center. You've clicked on the Weather Now link, and very changeable day as far as sky condition. Back and forth between some clouds and some sunshine. Temperatures, as expected, cooler, reaching the mid-60s today. Had a few sprinkles across parts of southeastern Massachusetts, but generally a dry day. And boy, we're setting up for a pretty cool night tonight. In fact, chilly late night temperatures, very late tonight towards sunrise tomorrow morning. Down to about 40 to 45 degrees. Patchy clouds that have been streaming and mixing with the sunshine. There have been a few sprinkles out towards southeast Mass. Even out near Newport earlier, looked like it had a couple of sprinkles, but essentially dry. Here's the wider view. Most of New England doing fine. We're going to set up for a clear, chilly night tonight. Tropics have been very active. 3 systems that we're watching. Of course, there's Hurricane Umberto out in the Atlantic, but what was once Tropical Storm Elmida is now a depression, just copious amounts of soaking rain across Texas and Louisiana border. And out here, that is Hurricane Umberto. And get a close-up look. And second major hurricane to be off the East Coast. Fortunately, this will continue to track east and northeast and out to sea, but it'll be kicking up the surf and the rip currents over the next several days. And taking a look at the latest from the National Hurricane Center with winds of 120 and tracking off to the east and northeast, and eventually heading up into the North Atlantic. There's the forecast, bending it away from the U.S. mainland. But even with storms that far offshore, the swells and the rip currents, they're on the increase. And so a high surf advisory goes into effect midnight tonight through 6 o'clock Friday evening, even though the storm itself is far out at sea. And newly formed Tropical Storm Jerry, which is anticipated to become a hurricane. There's the latest stats from the National Hurricane Center. This is way out in the central Atlantic, well to the east of the Leeward Islands. And the forecast track initially taking it as a hurricane by the weekend and early next week, and then tracking it somewhere off the East Coast by next Wednesday. Now, whether or not that curve goes back out to sea or it comes close to the East Coast next week remains to be seen. That is still at least a week away, so plenty of time to be watching that. But the tropics very active, and the net result from Umberto will be building surf. As mentioned, the high surf advisory is in effect, goes into effect tonight at midnight through Friday evening at 6 o'clock. High surf and dangerous rip currents, and with decent beach weather coming up. Especially, tomorrow is a sunny day, but especially on Friday, it's warming up, and the weekend looks warm as well. The lifeguards are not on duty, so you want to be mindful of that. Talk about chilly. By 11 o'clock tonight, it's already down to the upper 40s to low 50s. And after a pretty chilly start early on your Thursday morning with some sunshine, we're going to be down to about 40, 45 at sunrise. But by 11 a.m., 63. So this is the time of year where you could be pretty cold at sunrise and then warm up nicely during the afternoon. So we're thinking upper 60s to near 70 with a good deal of sunshine Thursday afternoon. Warmer on Friday. We're making a run at 80, and we're in the low 80s over the weekend. Right now, the weekend looks spectacular and summer-like. So that's your latest Weather Now update. Thanks for logging in, and we'll talk to you soon.